Victor's mind cannot be broken.
Talk show on point.
On point.
Quick swerve.
Hey, symbolic. So it's how you swerve.
Yeah, that part.
That's a swerve?
It was different a minute ago, y'all. It was different a minute ago.
Hey, I slid. The technology slid me. Mission accomplished.
That part.
These days we're saying mission accomplished. Just
For everything.
You know what I mean? Just quick like that. So don't worry about it.
We're giving it. And by the way, everyone on the show, watching the show, everyone gets a commemorative, what is it? Symbol of peace, Nobel Peace Prize, because you know, we're giving out those things for just everybody. Everyone gets a peace prize.
Everybody.
What are you talking about, sir?
Just that everybody gets a peace prize. He just said
Everyone
it.
gets a peace prize.
You
Everyone
get a peace
deserves
prize.
a peace prize. Did you make peace in your life?
Anywho,
Just rando. Just rando. Keep it moving. We keep it moving around here. I get what he's saying.
it's
So
culture.
what week is it?
Community. It's Culture Week. Wow. Last week was Culture Week. This week is Community Week.
Nice.
This week we are embracing elder wisdom and showing love to the elders and
Yeah.
thinking about how we can build upon the wisdom of those who've come before, how we build upon the foundation. Oh man, wait. Okay, I'm about to say, thought Black Simon was out of there. But yeah, building upon the wisdom, building upon the foundation that has been left by the ancestors for us to kind of that framework to power, you know, the art. What is he doing?
I don't know how I got brought into that.
Because you
What?
was just too still for too long. That's all.
You thought he was frozen or something?
Thought he was frozen. Yeah, I was like, uh-oh, here you go again. Technical difficulties.
No technical difficulty. So
Not today. Okay. We getting back to the show being called the Talk Show on Point Show. And no longer technical difficulties.
For sure. We should have never started that because, you know, when we're not bigging it up, it doesn't happen. Dr. Smart in the house. What's up, fam?
Dr. Smart.
yeah.
Shout out Dr.
Yeah.
Smart. Check out last week's episode. It was a great one. As
It really was. Yep, it was. And we have yet to do some recaps because there were so many good ones that we need a little bit more time. That's just how dope it was. Check it out now, streaming on YouTube. Click that live tab. Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe to your favorite four podcast hosts. This is the first podcast, right? Basically,
Your crew. We your crew.
We the crew.
your flight crew for, you know, flying into and over the community. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just random.
Rando. It's the Rando show. That's what it is.
Anywho,
Yeah. That wasn't me.
what are we grateful for? Starting with Black Simon, because you know what I'm saying, Black Simon don't really be out here like that, but you trying to prove us wrong now. So what you grateful for, Black Simon? You know what? I'm grateful that Black Simon got a working internet connection.
Oh boy, we're going back to that now. I'm grateful for I don't know.
You don't know.
My family. That's definitely family. There you go.
I
Grateful,
think you
many
said-
grateful for pieces. We're gonna catch a little bit later on with one of my favorite relatives. You guys get to meet her. I know her intimately, and yeah. So I'm grateful for family,
So you not
especially my aunt.
Shout outs
So
across
you
the
not
pond.
Grateful for stable internet.
No, actually not.
Mm.
No. We are going to talk about stable internet very shortly. So
Symbolic grateful for stable internet, ain't he?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm grateful for us just for improvement, perpetual, continual improvement. That's it.
Rashawn, what you grateful for?
Nice.
Besides stable internet.
No, right? Just being here, it really is like it's fortunate to wake up every morning and be able to do what you love. So
That's facts. That's facts.
yeah.
Well, I mean, if you guys didn't know, I've already said it like 15 times, but I'm grateful for stable internet for real. I did a speed test earlier and I was like, wow.
What did it say? What did it say?
I don't know. I think I got like a little bit less than 1 gigabit per second speed upload and download. So it's like, wow.
You on fiber or what do you have?
I got fiber. I think I got Verizon Fios fiber.
Mm.
And you know, it actually took like several years for us to get fiber because like I was only on like a 200 meg or something, 200 up, 200 down, and like, and actually no, it wasn't even that. It was 75 up, 75 down, and
Wow.
you know we was getting along with that, right? That was working, but then Verizon finally got on their stuff, and now we got gig speeds up and down, and that's actually quite amazing because I know, you know what I'm saying. I know y'all had seen the first computers and stuff, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, damn. Like that just makes us like old. But okay, I'll take
I
it.
will wear it, even though I wasn't the
I'm still dope.
first. But still, we're talking Amiga, Commodore 64. I wear that with honor, like my Elder Sarah shirt.
So
Give it
Molly
to 'em.
talking about the Apple Lisa and stuff. I'm like,
Apple Lista?
Not the Apple Lista.
yeah, that was like the second Apple computer to ever come out.
I didn't say anything about Apple Lista. I said Amiga.
Commodore 64s and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's about
Commodore 64. That's right, with a disc. Load it up.
Dr. Smart said Oregon Trail games.
Right? Literally in school. You don't know about Oregon Trail.
means.
You died of scurvy, son.
Texas Instruments, Timex, T1000.
Right?
There is an advantage to knowing, and when you know, you know. Like
What are y'all
I
talking
am Coach Millie in the building. What's
Shout
up, boo?
out.
do I have to Google this?
I think you should, Mr. Our one cybersecurity
What is he
friend.
trying to Google now? I missed that.
Oregon
Well,
Trail.
yo,
Oregon Trail games.
Yo, you better watch out, or someone's gonna load up Oregon Trail and hack into your system. IV produce.
Oh my gosh, what is
You
this?
don't know about these things.
Oh, I am Coach Millie. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Real talk. We're going to talk about your comment coming up because I got a story for you. But yeah, I hope you can stick around.
I'd have to rename.
Hell
I don't know.
is
I don't know. People will have to tell us how they
I
feel
see
about
that
elder
comment
love. 'Cause
now.
I don't know.
That is so interesting. That is an
They
interesting.
don't like the
one.
word
All
elder,
right.
man.
Yeah.
We get it. No, but this. Okay, we got to talk about that one for real. That is a big point.
It's a very big point, and it's part of, you know, we're emphasizing the show because it's intergenerational. We have a clip coming up from some beautiful children. I just totally took my heart. And when we think about community, you know, just coming off of Community Week last week with Dr. Smart, community is everyone, but a lot of that is respect. It's symbolic to one of his favorite words, respects. So when we think of respect, and this, I'm not generalizing. I hope I'm not generalizing. We think of it as acknowledging your place and your contribution to all that culture is, all that community is, and the quote unquote work involved. Because some we talked about this. Some elders they just old people. They're not really elders, right?
Some old people are just old people.
That part.
I write it with an E. It's a title.
What you mean I'm elderly? I ain't no elderly.
No, seriously. And this does go back to, you know, how deathly afraid of death we have become, you know, with people like aging, some of the things, some of the concepts throughout focusing on the importance of community. It's like I say it all the time. I was just telling a kid, like, man, sometimes I can't believe that I'm as old as I am, but I'm still dope. Like, so yeah, if you call me an elder and you say yes, ma'am, to me, like the kids do when I go somewhere and it's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, I'm not offended.
Y'all not elders. I mean, y'all getting it. Y'all not there yet. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so
I think
about it now. Then
I think around that whole thing is is not so much the word, is how the concept of the word is treated
Somebody's skin
in our society.
code.
Yes.
Is treated in our society. I think that's what it is. So the moment you become an elder, look at how our society treats elders.
But here,
That's
Okay.
that's
I
the
just want to
connection.
time out to say we're not quite at that part of the show.
yeah, because I was just about to say, you know what? Ivy made
You're
the point.
absolutely right. We do need to dig in on that.
We will.
And you're right. But
We
I
will.
think we got to do our work.
Keep it moving.
What's up?
Keep it moving.
Right.
What's up?
Now I want to know
We can't start without knowing what's up, huh?
Well, I was just gonna say, in terms of the point you made was we're not elders yet, but the reality of it is we are. We've been elders for a while.
That's facts. Y'all are. So like, but like, and I see what you're saying. Like older versus elder. It's not like elder doesn't mean you're old. It just
Right.
means that you have wisdom, and you know that you could be 30 and be an elder, right? You could be.
It's not just wisdom, it's community service. It's you have a community, you have a place, and then the wisdom of age. But
I know. I hear you.
I guess we'll get to it. We'll get to the story. We'll get to everything.
All right, Mr. Officer, Mr. Time Officer.
Right, got a camera and now he enforcing rules.
Nah, that's the other one.
So it happened.
That's Canadian.
I'm messing with you. You know I'm messing
Oh,
with you. I have to be very. I have to
Hey,
be very
you would
specific
think that
I'm
you'd be
messing with
nice
you.
to us. We may let you have and go on our lakes.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Hello. First of all,
What just happened?
I don't know, but Donald Trump is our president.
Yeah,
Wait,
taco in chief.
not taco in chief. Okay, like Symbolic said, let us get serious and let us go into the what's up segment of the show.
They great, aren't they? Someone said LOL at our lakes. I said they're great, ain't they? They're
I
great
see
lakes.
through TV.
That's why
What's
he
up,
wants them.
fam?
I did just look up the Oregon Trail game, and what the fuck?
He say a whole WTF.
Jeez.
What the actual fuck is it? Like, okay, we're gonna have to talk about that probably another time, but like, we definitely
We got
got
lots to get to. We got lots
We
to get to.
do.
Oh, no. I think I changed. Did I not change that link?
I don't know. I did this before.
This is good. I mean,
Can you just go to the one in the tracker? I think it's shorter. Well, it's better explained.
Well, there's the Glass Wing, and then there's the Gemma 4 videos.
Yeah, so it's the Jummer 4 video. It's in the tracker, bro.
That's this one.
Yeah, no, it's not. I changed it. My dog.
You can't be doing that, big dog.
I can. And I do. 'Cause
what?
that link, I think, was broken for me. It
That's
wasn't
the
working.
same. That's the same link, big dog.
There's an American Dad episode based on the Oregon Trail that is hilarious.
Okay. Let's just go with this. Play this. If it plays.
Messing around. Gemma 4 dropped literally like 12 hours ago, and it's already inside of Google AI Edge Gallery, which is an app on the App Store. Google essentially created an LLM that can run locally on your device. No more paying for subscriptions going up to the cloud every time you talk to your ChatGPT or even Gemini. This runs on your iPhone. No APIs, and you don't have to pay for usage every single time you even think about prompting something. And this is not just some little chat. I mean, you can make images, you could audio transcribe, there's an AI chat, there's also agent skills, so you could have an actual agent complete tasks for you. There's a prompt lab, and the way it works is you actually download 2.54 gigs. This is the Gemma 4 E2BIT, and this is what is needed to run the agent inside of this application. It's not a massive context window, 32,000 content length, but just think about this. We are so early and you're already able to do this now. They've optimized this so it actually runs. Of course, this is not a full, robust, massive LLM that we're used to. But the thing is, most people don't need all of that horsepower. They never actually use it. Unless you're doing some complicated, vibe coding or building some sophisticated projects. And Google has figured out a way to actually put it on your device. So it's on your device, it's on an app. This is where the future of all of AI is going. I personally think local models will be how all of us are gonna be using them in the very short term. I didn't think this was gonna happen probably for another 6 to 12 months, but here we are.
Bro, we get it. All right, enough of him.
All this time, I didn't realize I was on Najee. Okay, so I have so much to say about this, but of course, we're gonna go ahead and
Can I just
that
give
Onaji?
you
No?
give some?
That's not Onaji.
No,
You talking about this white dude?
no, absolutely not in the comments.
Comments. Where you?
I
Where's
see
the
through.
Senate?
You're talking about I see through.
Yeah.
Yeah, Onaji
But,
crew.
like, they are. He's a part of the Onaji crew, but that's not Onaji.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you talking about some the white guy? I'm like,
I was thoroughly confused.
no, that would be horrible. Okay, so yeah.
Hold on. Before we get to it, I just want to give some clarifications. So it can take image input.
Yes.
Through that app, it may not be able, I don't think it can produce images, but certainly it could prompt another agent to make that image for you. And it can it can't do audio in. I think it can do transcripts. So there's a lot of little things that it can't do. I want to be very clear, but it is really cool. I think he is right when he said, I think this is the future of everything. This also connects to the whole Claude, open Claw thing, because Claude pulled back and said they are not allowing your regular Claude account to do API runs from Claude. You have to have the Pro, but you could use something like Gemma 4 to do your OpenClaw. So I thought that was pretty cool that one door closed and literally another door opened. And so if you are trying to do some of that stuff, this also gets back to some of the stuff that we've been talking about and working on in the background, which is the CIS.
Very much so.
And this is the future. So if you want to know what's going on, come down to Talk Show On Point. We're going to keep you on point.
Yeah. So I actually have this app. I haven't gotten a chance to play around with it as much as I want to because I've been focused on some other things. But I definitely plan to get into this app next week to see how it works because I like you guys know I have an app. And I've kind of been waiting for this moment a little bit because I've been wanting to. I've been thinking about deploying some AI services. I have deployed some AI services, and I was thinking about having my app connect to my backend infrastructure that I have here at home. But I really wanted to have the LLM on device, and so this is kind of huge, actually. So I want to check this out, see what the performance is like because I have actually a pretty old iPhone. I have an iPhone 15, and so this year that'll be 3 years old. So I want to kind of check that out. So yeah, I'm excited to see how that works out for. I think I downloaded the LLM already. So yeah. I see through said the more interesting parts of the Edge Gallery app are the smaller model for function calling to have it do things on your phone. Yeah, that's definitely going to be like Alex Simon said, like the men in the video said. That's definitely going to be kind of where the future goes is on device LLMs, on device agents rather.
Yeah.
That can do things on your phone, help you manage email on your phone, help you think about what you see on your web browser, help you create documents and all of those good things. So yeah,
and my Afrofuturistic brain keeps thinking. I think we're going to get away from that. I know this sounds bad and good, but the keyboard, that might be the death of the keyboard, right? So if you're LLM, you can have a conversation with your LLM on device, not sending it off to cloud, offline. Why do people need to use keyboards? Right.
Which actually brings up another layer when we talk about mixed reality. And we've talked about this before because when he said Gemma, I was like, oh, wait, 2.0 was really dope. The way they rolled out 2.0 and some of the abilities, some of the capabilities in really in AR. Well, I guess VR too. But for this to be 4, yeah, I do see. I think we're going that way for sure. But this is hold on to your keyboards. That's just like cursive writing. Like don't let it go.
I don't like that, big dog, because my keyboard was kind of expensive. So I'm gonna need us to stay with using keyboards for
real,
like 2 more years, so I can get the get the value out of my keyboard.
I have a really, really nice pen.
Right.
It's gold plated. How many times do I use it?
I don't like where this is going.
Of course not.
My mom had a typewriter. She was a mean typist.
Looking for one right now. That's what I'm saying. It's some of the things that, again, these young heads I don't even know that they can fully appreciate. Not calling you a young head, Ivy, but I'm just saying in terms
I
of
100% do not appreciate a typewriter. Absolutely not.
what.
Oh my god.
Absolutely not.
No.
Why would
Typewriters are
I
dope.
appreciate something that you can't use backspace on?
Well, I mean, you have a
It's
point.
called liquid paper.
No.
Liquid paper, but it's
No.
also called
Paper.
it's no distractions. Original intent. You get to see your mistakes, right?
Yes,
Correction
I was
tape,
gonna say
right?
that.
Like
I was
it's a
exactly gonna say
process.
that.
And
Okay.
this is just going back to the call system in the library. Like there are so many steps that we miss that is taken for granted now. Like, oh well, I don't need that. I'm just go to the computer. It's like, but there,
Correct.
There's a
but
term
Need
for
to
it
see
too.
my mistakes.
Destructive.
I prefer
Yeah.
to, actually.
wait,
We
what
live
is
in a
it?
disposable.
I say I don't need to see my mistakes. In fact, I prefer not to.
Oh
Yeah, that's the
man.
disposable. No. I know he's joking.
JY's in the building. Typewriters teach foresight and discipline. Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
y'all,
Can backspace and erase after the. But you know what the thing about it is? I see through TV. Here's the thing. A lot of the typewriters out now, and this is where it's like, okay, just like the boombox I saw this came back. I told the crew about this, y'all. There's a Kickstarter boombox right now. A couple $100 is dope. But when we think about us being at the forefront of creating some of this hardware, it's that same issue, right? The 20th century typewriters can do that, but there still aren't a lot of really good models that's priced economically that's functional. Like some of the stuff that's out there now, eBay, Amazon, like they're whack. So I think I might work on a typewriter because I need a typewriter.
okay, my bad. I misspoke. Typewriters can backspace, but like, it's the 21st century.
Hence the LOL at the end. I get it. We digress. We move on. The Gemma 4 is going to be the localization model. I think are we not going to talk about that next week? Y'all, fam, check us out next week. Bring your tech solutions.
Actually,
It's show and tell.
I love.
So
I got
also,
a couple local implementations of 2 Gemma models currently. I think right now.
I think we jumped over some comments by some of the chat, so I just want to make sure that we did.
Correction tape.
I see through. I'm sorry. I see through. TV said, "Well, I'm from Onaji, but not Onaji in person, right? We
Yeah,
covered that. Sharper than they. Believe in yourself. The sky is never limited. The moon serving to be a stepping stone, just a rock in the sky." You snaps. That's you right there. I see through. More interesting. Did you read this one? More interesting parts of the. Oh yeah, you did the app and smaller model. No, you did. You read that?
I think I did. Or
Yeah. Okay. So moving on. Check the ones for mobile actions and agents, and then I see through said the rest is a waste for most phones because they lack RAM to run both phone and context window. Needed for anything more than a few paragraphs. Good.
So lightweight. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of has to be because phones generally, I mean, the top phones usually have around 12 gigs to 16 gigs RAM, and most phones are going to fall somewhere lower than that, between 4 and 8 gigs.
Can I say something?
No.
Please, youngin.
You a grown man. Speak up, please.
Hey, listen. The world is so backwards. I need to ask the youngest person in the room for permission.
Right. Hence elder love today, ladies and gentlemen. But
No. What I wanted to just say is I would urge people to carefully check out these technologies and then the ways that we can integrate, not necessarily buying all in, like exploring. Now, as I say that, I'm super early adopting in terms of social media. And I'm not going to say I have regrets, but they pulled some certain moves. So I get hesitance when people are like, I'm not on social media. I'm like, I don't wrong you. But at the same time, I mean, we are able to do certain levels of connecting. AI will allow us to really engage in different ways that superpower your abilities. I know Ivy Produce
side.
agrees with that one, but at the same time, don't treat it like there's no risks. As far as social media, there's probably like
Risks.
10 models that are like, this is
YOLO.
a symbolic model. We know how they think. This is how we could sell. In fact, I want to go and grab my credit card and buy something for an ad that's popping up right now. Anyways, yeah. So no, yeah, I just think that the spirit of exploration, just like hip hop had that spirit, or reggae when with sound systems and so forth, we've always been building. But at this, it's a critical moment. That's all I want to say. It's a critical moment.
It is.
And AI, like, we should be skeptical, but we should also be exploring in a calculated way. We need some models.
Right, because at the end of the day, no clanker is ever going to be able to come out with anything remotely close to nappy hair. I'm just saying.
Right?
I'm just saying.
The typewriter can backspace and erase as of the late 20th century. LOL.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Topic number 2.
Avengers are officially assembling. That's the only way. The AI Avengers are officially assembling. That's the only way I can think to describe Project Glasswing. Nvidia, Apple, Anthropic, some of the biggest names in AI and tech right now are pledging time and resources to fight against the one biggest threat that faces, let's face it, like society as we know it today. That is AI and cybersecurity. Bit of context, if you don't know, Claude released a model called Mythos Preview. This model is something like nobody had seen before. It was finding zero-day vulnerabilities in some of the biggest pieces of software. And more than that, it was finding tiny little vulnerabilities in a bunch of different softwares and chaining them together to create huge, massive threats. If you haven't read this article, I would highly recommend you go and do so. There's a video on there where some of the smartest people on planet Earth talk about the threat that this model has faced. Some people are saying stuff like, over the past 27 years, some of the top security experts have found countless bugs across their careers, and they're saying things like Claude Mythos has found more bugs in the past couple of days of me using it than I found in my whole career. And it's just shocking to say that. The CEO of Anthropic himself said and leaked in the video saying that Claude Mythos is not going to be open for the public anytime soon until projects like Project Glasswing have completed, and operating systems such as Chrome, such as Linux, are bulletproofed against nefarious actors using the likes of Claude Mythos for bad purposes. So we're not going to be seeing any Claude Mythos content or any Claude Mythos for business or anything like that, but it's very, very good to be seeing all of these companies, AWS, Anthropic, Apple, Cisco, Google, biggest companies ever, combining and just attacking this. It's amazing. The AI Avengers are officially assembling.
So I saw this announcement come out yesterday when I was at work, and I read the article. I read the red team blog post, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I was a little shook because they were saying that Claude Opus, which is the currently best available frontier model now, is very good at finding vulnerabilities, but very bad at crafting exploits, right? They are saying that Mythos is very good at finding vulnerability and crafting exploits to exploit those vulnerabilities. That's really scary, especially for places like for places like the places I work at, because of the way things are. Let's just say that. And it just gives me pause, especially to like small businesses who don't have a dedicated cybersecurity people to AI, and especially our businesses who may.
I was just about, Ivy, how many times have I said this to you? I mean, here we are. Quantum computing has been a thing for some time, and we've known it was going to progress. We've known it was going to get here, right? Based on the training. We knew that they were going to get to a place where it's like, oh, I see these errors, I see these flaws, I see all the breakdown. But it still comes back to, number one, us not being at the table a long time ago, taking advantage of the cybersecurity opportunities, right? Because I don't, I won't even go down this rabbit hole, but just we need more of us at the table.
I agree.
And two, those of us who are at the table now, what it's going to take for IV. I'm just going to say IV, right? I think I only know two other, and I don't even know them personally, just know of them. Oh man, what's the balloons about? What are we celebrating?
Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea. I think it's hand gesturing. I guess Google is doing Google stuff. So how long is it going to take IV? Because I want to learn from IV. If I'm interested, like if I'm like, I want to get in the game because this is getting serious, to teach me. And IV is busy doing stuff, getting hackathons. So a lot of this really does become a challenge for us to solve. And it's it's been chomping at the bit for a while. We need more of us who can like really help the small businesses, especially if you're building an AI solution, even if you're just building a tech solution, period, from ground up.
Yeah.
To be
Shout
like,
out on
yeah.
that note, Black Network app, because they're doing in that realm as far as supporting, doing social media, online support towards getting grants. And we can see that. So if you go out and you follow Black Network app, I think it's definitely worthy. Find a lot of Black business, and as well, when we had them on, they talked about helping with some of those things. So I think we should give some props.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure.
So you see that I see through?
Yeah, I was about to say, you see that?
You said, yo, symbolic. I've been at this for a while, and I miss when it was all experimentation and open source.
Yeah,
So what I would say about that is a culture. And there are people who build open source is a whole side of it. Now, unfortunately, it's exploited. There's people who have a different culture who are like, oh, you don't value that as much as I can undervalue you and take exactly what you're doing. I would love to talk about like basically what's it called, GitHub, like this, that people put stuff all there, and it's open source. You can take it and use it in many ways, but I don't know. We get people with an experiment who value the experimentation and open source do get used. So I think that there's some work to be done culturally to be like, yeah, we do this, but no, you can't have it at our expense. I believe it can be done. Again, I'll give the example, Indigenous peoples, they're like, we have protocol and you need to honor it. And so I think we can learn from how they move as well, and be like, even if it's Afrofuturistic, they look at us and say, oh, well, this isn't history. This isn't like real culture, whatever. Just like hip hop, they were like, it wasn't. And actually it was twisted to be something that it wasn't. It was, I would say, more open source back in the early days. And when we start chasing paper, not saying that we don't need to get paper in this world, but we need to kind of move in a certain way that says we are acting on culture and stand on the fact that it's culture. So I agree with you. That open source vibe, I think, is like what we should be about. But then we also need to be on a legal up vibe. Need some legal friends, but also legal friends who are not lost. So many people who decide to go and focus in the business aspect, in the legal aspect, sometimes they get kind of foggy on the actual cultural indigenous aspect. But we got people out there. Dr. Smart said, yes, exploited and take our ideas. Just spoke to a sister who got robbed of credit.
Yeah, that's
not even
norm.
credit. You know what I mean? Credit is free. Well, I guess it's not free when someone says, all right, I want my cut now. But yeah, it happens all the time. We really need to get past that.
Yeah, so I see through made this comment. We gotta teach our folks about licensing and enforcement with open source, non-commercial equals do what you want. But if you're getting paid off something I made, then so should I. So a lot of the things that I put some stuff out with MIT licenses, which are basically like do whatever you want with it. I don't care. But then also some of the stuff that I do, I put out with like it's free for government. But if you're gonna use a commercial, it's free for government and education. But if you're gonna use it for commercial, then you need to contact me and we need to talk about licensing situation.
So then think about that. So are you enforcing it though? Like, because
there's not really maybe there's
we need a bot.
But
Need a bot.
it's not really a good way for me to. I don't really have the infrastructure to. So I did it. So the reason I did government free for a specific reason. But yeah, government should pay too. But I did it for a specific reason that way. So yeah.
No, I get it, but I was, a solution, because we bought solutions.
Yeah.
Just thinking, we talked about this before. Building an agent that crawls the web to see who if you are using my stuff on a commercial level.
Thanks.
Yo, you got to pay me. You get that agent already send you that cease and desist. Like, I ain't playing with you, boy. You better run my money.
Run my shit before you get ugly up in here.
You get to be hands.
Take K on that.
For sure. I mean, it's not funny, but seriously, like we really do need to look into protecting our IP because and just our digital necks out here, because yes, theft is heavy. And the more we, apply to these cohorts and are in all of these incubators, like it's really ideal.
Sorry, let me interrupt you just to say, you said it's heavy. It's more than heavy. It's perpetual, intergenerational. It's like, it's the norm. And that's where we need to kind of kill it. But go on. I just wanted, like, heavy doesn't explain enough.
No, you took it.
Like, so freaking really, when you look and you see, even though everyone like talks about, even Mama, Auntie, who we're gonna bring in, our elder across the pond, mentions like that when she's teaching or talking and inspiring young people, she says, she picks a thing and shows them that it was a Black person who invented this, that. I'm surprised. Like when I found out, like the chicken wing, country music, like some of the things that you just wouldn't have thought, but they stole it and excluded us from it. It's one thing if they just stole it, but it's like eventually, and it's not just, it's not just the WPs. Anyways, go ahead.
Black Simon, you about to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, it actually literally just happened, and I think all of us know. I don't know if everyone, it has different names in different places, but I'm from Jamaica, or my family's from Jamaica, so I know it as sorrel. And they are trying to repackage sorrel as some sort of new herbal drink. Yes.
Yeah, my dad sent me a video yesterday and was like, and I literally responded and said, "Yeah, Dad, I've been making this for a while." And I think because it was, of course, the base hibiscus, right? Mm-hmm. So again, it's the trend. This is why, yet again, listen, if I were being buried and had a headstone, then y'all can write this on there. But I can't say enough. Community is key. We need our people. Omawali Farms just sent, oh my gosh, y'all, we'll talk about this later, but the most beautiful red corn. I don't even mess with corn. Corn is the devil for me, but this corn was beautiful. So when we think about, again, our origin stories and what we uphold, what we know is true of our culture, it's learning the game, like we just said, licensing, endorsing, using our talents to go ahead and create those solutions and locking it down and being like, yo, which is what we do here in Talk Show On Point. I believe everybody that's here with us today, I believe that's the same thing we own, but we gotta check that, push back. No, that's not new. How you gonna take a drink that's that we've been doing out here forever, that's healed all kinds of things, high blood pressure, heart disease, kidney damage, all kinds of things. No, that's not new. We've been on that.
That's why I say we need to go back to the recognition that it's cultural, it's spiritual.
Very much so.
It's so that we are making it systematic. So like we really need to commune on some of these things like licensing, but not get lost. Just like so many hip hop spaces where they're like, yeah, I jump in. They're like, we want to talk about the culture. And then they're talking just marketing and business. It's like, that's a part of it, but there's a huge part missing. Like you basically turned it into what they do. And so I think it's a level of protection to say, like, understand it as spiritual. Like this is what gives us balance out of what has happened to us. Because like going and demanding reparations, that's not what I would. I mean, you sure if someone wants to handle that, that's cool. That's your thing. But I'm like, get strong. But if they continue to siphon, not only like have they historically, but to this day, they trick you into being like, to be successful, you need to be with us. If we listen to our music and we're like pay for our things, if we just like, my culture is I try my very best to listen to our people. Indie. We should be like indie. Why are we going to some record label when you got a Rashanis, you got Ivy Produce, you got people who are doing the things, and we literally look to them. So anyways, all that to say, culturally, I think is how we need to look at it, or else we're missing, you know, we've lost the plot, as they say.
Yeah. And we really do have to start to really deeply identify and define what meaning, what's important to us as we continue to navigate these digital streets, y'all. We've had you know, past shows where we talked about, you know, the importance of values and coming together on values, building something for the sake of sustainability. But the conversation is just getting wider and wider. It's just where we are. So on that note, I know we got to get into the show, but I just want to acknowledge how two people, not one, but two people have scanned that illustrious Wenmo pie. Man, listen, if y'all haven't seen it yet, I think it's coming. There is this this graphic of Ivy talking about Wenmo pie. It's so dope. Can you put it on the screen? You got it? You got it?
I think I can. Let me give me a second. Let me pull them up. Oh, I put them in WhatsApp, so I just get them out of there.
Yeah, get them out of there, man. Come on to the stage.
Wenmo pie.
This is so dope, y'all. Again, are we talking about AI? But the likeness, it's something to bring up because yeah, we have the tools to be able to do some things, and this is what we're doing. But just protect your digital neck out here, fam.
Protect your neck. Let me see. Can I throw?
While you do that, I see Through said, "Oh, they don't have Black History Month up there, do they? What's up there?"
I laughed at that. You talking about Canada?
What? Look up Jean Augustine. All right, this sister did the work. We got Black history.
We above you.
Oh, wow.
We got Uncle Tom's cabin.
Oh,
where'd you escape to?
Oh man.
Wow.
We can go down a list.
All right. Yo.
Okay, we digress.
Looks...
Wenmo pie. Look how dope this is, y'all.
We are sorry for offending you, sir.
Like I mean, he like what? I'm just looking at look how clean the suit is. Look how
he is.
Now
he
I just want to say one thing. I want to see the like African attire version, but it's looking sharp. It's looking sharp. I'm just saying, you know, we want to see that version.
Be in a dashiki.
In a dashiki. Oh, if the clanker get that right, it's over.
Oh, we gonna find out.
It's over.
Yo, or even as well as a African accented suit as well. I think that's dope. But you know,
oh yeah, I can see some
a hybrid
sleeves,
dashiki in a suit,
collar popping. Okay, symbolic.
Yeah, like I've seen some. There's some people. They've got some design, some people that make those, and they look sharp. I think that's a good way for us to go. You know, that's why I have like a medallion or certain things. I'm like, yo, we should just rock some of our things that is not from and some to jump just a second is I go into a store and I'm like, this is not a Black place. They got the Black Power Fist. What the hell? Don't buy it from there.
Why? It's only 99 cents.
Yeah, they're undercutting the actual value. I'm gonna stretch enough to say that is anti-Black behavior. It is like, yo, do you breaking off anything for Black? Is the
that
portions
part.
of the nah. Just find.
They like rinse and repeat. Yeah.
It's hard to find the fists that's from Black people, but as far as suits, you can find.
It won't be
go to our Nigerian brethren. They're doing it up.
For
Kenya,
sure.
yeah, they're doing it up. So
It won't be hard for long. Okay, we digress. It's we 45 minutes in and we ain't even got to
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
like Black Simon, you supposed to keep us on our toes.
Once you stand there, people, once you get the energy that's still there, can I get a witness? Yeah. Those who witness, the energy is still there. I mean, this ain't some past stuff. Okay, it's still there. As much as they're trying to commercialize.
That's a jam. It always hits. Always hits. Well, we've
Love
arrived,
Hunter,
ladies
as
and
I always
gentlemen.
say, Orinoco Rashidi in the house.
I mean, it's the beat. It's the whole thing. Symbologists don't
It's
really
true.
want to take that credit, but it's dope. It's dope.
Master Nia, shout out to Beat. Hell
Yeah. To Nia for sure. Oh, look at that boy.
Yeah. What did I tell you?
That's where the drop at. Where the drop at, Ivy? Wait. That was
legitness.
There we
That
go.
was it. And yo, if someone scans that right now, then that will be hot. Just like scan it. You know what I'm
I don't think
saying?
they're
You
able to
can't
scan
actually
it.
scan that code.
What?
Yeah.
I think those
Aw.
codes, because they're generated, they don't actually work.
Yeah, they're
I don't know
bootleg.
if you can see if
Oh,
there's
this
some
is a
breaks. So
quick
that's
fast.
actually a learning thing for everybody. If you want to do QR codes, you got to actually add that QR code after you make the image.
I'm gonna get Clinker to fix it.
Right.
For our
Look to
graphic
you.
designer guru, but tell us specifically what they should be looking for, please.
It just AI can't, because AI, the way AI thinks about creating images, and we can go, well, maybe talk about that down the road on the next coming up show and show and tell. We'll talk a little bit about that. I also have some general tools just for everybody that are free coming up in that segment next. No, not the segment, the tech show.
The show next week.
But it cannot, when it generates images, you can give it stuff and tell it to maintain stuff, but the way it maintain stuff, it still sprinkles in a little bit of randomness. And for a QR code to work, it needs to be exactly those pixels in those order that it generates. So when it tries to regenerate that, it throws it off. And that's why it's very hard to do a one-for-one exact duplicate of an AI image in any of the image generation programs. They're getting close, but there's still always a little thing here or there. That's why if you ever generate with any of the generative programs, you'll notice that there's just sometimes it's just a little off from what you needed. It's never always perfect.
Can I just make a note, just a quick, fast public service announcement on that QR code generators. QR codes came out of like Honda or something like that. It was just basically one-to-one convert these patterns into alphanumeric. But I used the QR generator recently, and then it said, you have this amount of time to pay us, or else. So this is enshittification we've talked about previously, and it's ruining of something that it's its own thing. It already works, but they inserted themselves in. So you got to be careful when you look at. Thank you, G. Let us know that you can actually use Word and generate QR codes. That's wonderful. I checked. You can use Open Libra, which is open source and free. Office suite. So yeah, just watch out, because you could set up this whole thing like on a campaign, and then in a few days it's saying, oh, your links don't work, because they're inserting themselves in the middle of that, and that's horrible.
I feel like this it's like, are we on Tech Week? Whatever. We've been talking about a lot of tech this week, but next
Tech's
week
hot this week.
it is. It is hot. It's fire. Next week, y'all, for real, it's Show and Tell Tech Week. So we encourage you, bring what you're building, bring what you built, especially if it protects your digital net. I digress. That Pikachu. The Pikachu.
Well, one comment about next week's show. We're going to be showing how I kind of work with my Raspberry Pi Zeros, because they are a little bit finicky with with working with connection and working with GitHub Copilot, if you use GitHub Copilot or Cloud Code. So we're going to get into how we manage that. Anywho, it is time to move into the meat of the show.
Hold on. Hold on. I see through said that QR code just took me to a very bad site. You'll be hearing from my attorney.
We don't know what you're talking about.
Right. That perfect, Ivy. I mean, space and all, bro.
The only QR code I see is this one right here, and that should take you to a Google form.
This is a good page right there.
Any
other
QR codes that may have taken you to CD sites, you can't prove it.
except by pressing rewind.
Man, listen.
That will be edited out of the show on YouTube, just so you know.
Oh my gosh.
Your
All right.
Lord Sharper one.
Sharper one. Yeah.
Shout outs, my brethren.
We appreciate the fam in the comments for real, y'all. This is what we do. So what we got? Oh, wait, Coach
Next
Millie.
week before the show, I will be hosting an NFT workshop and discussing intellectual property and ownership. Where is that happening? Is that happening on YouTube? Is that happening on?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
where's the link
come on.
at? Show,
Yeah.
Come on, fam.
If you
Where
can get
at?
us the link, we can put that up, right?
We'll start the show early and stream that. You know,
Yeah.
we streaming or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, come on.
Coach
do it.
Millie, if you can send us some info on that, and maybe we can put that up on the bottom of the screen so
Let
everyone else can
us
see.
boost you. You know what I'm saying? Show
That's
that.
what we're here for.
Anywho, we got to move on because we are at risk of going over.
We are.
Right.
Oh, beautiful.
Let's see.
Little context though. Little context.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is my Aunt Barbara, Lindsay. She worked in the UK government. She worked for the other man in the UK, as she did a lot of their she actually is crazy. She actually briefed cabinet ministers on diversity and inclusion. So I thought it would be kind of nice to have her answer some questions that we were kind of poking around. And that's my mini intro.
Our elder love. In the spirit of elder love, this is an elder that we definitely love and want to hold up high and recognize the works.
And the picture you see here is, I think she goes into it. So I think hopefully we get to that. I think we go through. All right.
Oh, but lastly, also in the spirit of culture with beyond borders. So that's another thing we were thinking about. Eventually we were going to be, and this is one step into this other places other than just North America. We definitely want to get, some Africa, some Europe. We're everywhere. So this is in that spirit as well. Let's go.
Civil servant, working in central government. I was a former civil servant, working in central government, and currently I'm a coach, a qualified coach, mentoring mainly young people, including graduates, university graduates. And often some of the people have been told about me and suggested, they contact me. So it's not all formal. A lot of it is informal, which I think is good. Instead of it always being, being led to by an organization or something. So, yeah, it's formal and informal, the mentoring that I do. And I also organize interviews, mock interviews, as we call them, with young people. Get fairly professional people who can help them because of the career they want to pursue. So I try to match the interviews, with organizations and people they're likely to come across. A job I was sent years ago when I was a career advisor in the Cabinet Office. No, it was the Department of Trade and Industry. I was sent this job to think about, to see if I wanted to apply for it. And when I read it, I thought, nah, this is not me. I know somebody, it would fit. And I sent it to her. And we were speaking the other day, and she got the job, and she's now heading up the organization.
What nice.
It's really nice. And she said whenever she goes to meetings and talks to other people, she always tells them how she got the job. Oh, I sent it to her. And now she's heading it up. You know, she's really nice. And there's another person I encouraged to leave the civil service again, and she's also heading up the organization she works for. And they're both, you know, Black women. You know, so yeah, they've done really, really well. I enjoy coaching and advising. One aspect of my job that I really did like was writing speeches about equality and diversity and about women's issues. And the speeches, you know, were to be used by government officials. And it was nice to see that, you know, they hadn't amended them enormously or anything like that, and that they were actually saying the things I suggested. I used to think they're going to alter them because they were too strong in certain places, and they didn't change them a great deal, you know, which was nice, you know. So I was just trying to get the message across to women and ethnic minorities, because that's the field I was in.
And that, so writing those speeches and them not altering them a great deal, that is nice. Now the only thing that's left is that they actually believe it.
Well, they're selling it by saying it.
Of course.
You know, so
of course.
But it's the action, it's the follow-up that's important. You know,
Absolutely.
You know, it's one thing to say something, but it's quite another what you do when, you know, after you've done the words. You know,
For sure.
Yeah.
And so speaking of the action, is we are big on solutions, right? Actionable solutions. Principled practice is something that we hold near and dear. What would you say has been one of your proudest actionable moments?
One of my proudest moments, believe it or not, is when I was entered for the European Diversity Award for Campaigner of the Year. There was, you know, they have all these different awards for different things, right? Different subjects. And because Britain at one time was part of the European Union, a company came together with some other people and created this award, and they called it the European Diversity Award. And I was nominated for this category for the European Diversity Award. And when I heard, I said, you know, it's nonsense. You know, I'm competing against people like Peter Tatchell, British guy, and he's led lots of campaigns, and a couple of very, very senior women who've led campaigns, you know, about equality and diversity and so on, you know, big campaigners. So when I saw that I was shortlisted, I thought, you know, well, there's no way I'm going to get anywhere against Peter Tatchell and all these big names in, you know, in Europe. So I went along to the event at this posh hotel in London, the Savoy, probably heard of it. And I just sort of sat there and, you know, watched everything happening, listened to all the different nominations for the different categories. When the category that I'd been entered for came up, Campaigner of the Year, European Diversity Award for Campaigner of the Year, and my name was in the short list, you know, I sat there and I just looked at it and I thought, oh, well, Peter Tatchell is going to get this, you know. I'll just sit here and just enjoy it. Anyway, the winner came up and it was my name. And I thought, nah, this is not real. They made a mistake. So I wouldn't get up when they called my name to come up on stage and collect the award. I just sat there. So the chairman of the group, you know, who did the nominations, he came over to my table and he said to me, Barbara, your name is up on screen. You've won the award. You should be up there. I said, are you sure? I said, I think they might have made a mistake. He said, no, we haven't. I'm the chairman of the group. So I know we haven't made a mistake. So can you go up there and collect your award, please? And I nearly fainted, you know. So I went up and I collected it, and it led to me being one of the judges for a couple of years for the European Diversity Award. And it was good.
That's amazing. I think, G, you just flipped the question on its head. You didn't see that one coming, but you enjoyed it all the same. Congratulations. That's a big deal.
No, thank you.
That's a big deal. That's what's up.
On point. On point. Talk show on point.
Well, I'm curious what you gathered from that. Quick fast, I do think about how being here in Canada, even though we have a pretty tight relationship with Britain, like there are similarities, but still to see how some of these, you know, how like how to hear her story was very, gave some perspective. Like we have our people out there across the ocean that are pushing, and I can think of people who come to mind similarly. What do you guys think?
I'm biased. She's a fantastic woman, and she fights with the tenacity of 1,000 men. Truly, and I cannot say this, besides my mother and my grandmother, one of the greatest individuals I've ever met in my life.
When did she retire? Because I see through said, what time period was she doing the speech writing?
Oh, yeah, I'd have to get back to you. I don't have her full CV in front of me. I probably do, and it may not even be in her the CV that she gave us, her bio. I'd have to talk to her.
Estimate.
But you know what we got to do, and we'll figure out, is maybe we'll have her on the show, and maybe we can get her to stay up extremely late one night, and she can answer some of your questions maybe down the road.
Yeah, one of the questions would be, well, I shouldn't say question.
Ooh.
One of the things that we should know is we cannot call her Auntie B.
Oh yeah,
It's a great segue to the question that was asked by, or the mention by Coach. I'm Coach Millie on YouTube. I called someone an elder and they got offended. I had to tell her if my son was in the room, I would be. Anyways, so about that topic, it kind of, not that she got offended, but it was like, don't call me that.
No, it was more like, I mean, I felt like at any minute she was going to take out a switch and whoop me. Like it was a whole moment for me.
She's not, again, I will say this. She is one of the most honest and straightforward people I've ever met. She's going to tell you what's on her mind. She doesn't do and I don't know if you guys got that through that interview. She will tell you what is on her mind. She is, like I said, one of the strongest people I've ever met. But a black woman, 100, and she doesn't take a backseat to nobody. I hope we have the clip. There's a clip that that she actually talks about what she does and how she moves, and you will see that she moves, you know.
But
he's moving in silence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry. The well, before you go to that, I'm just want, like, if y'all could speak to that, what you think about that elder thing. Like me, I can say I've had it, but it's like we appreciate. G was saying before about it's like how people who are older are treated in this society. And even on the solutions, I don't know what the solution other than being like, I mean it with the deepest respect. You have been here. I see you with honor. So I call you my elder or call you auntie or uncle or, you know. So what do y'all think?
I mean, I know so quickly, because we do need to, like, I do want everybody to see all of these amazing clips that Symbolic took the time to do, and just the interview in and of itself. She's an amazing woman, human. So to your point, Black Simon, about her being phenomenal, again, I was raised and it resonates with me. I agree with what she said to me when I said, Ivy was teasing me about this when she was like, you can call me Barbara. And I was like, are you sure? And she was like, yeah, I'm sure. Like it was the gangster. Like it was wild. And I literally, I'm telling you, it bothered me like all night. Like I went to bed thinking about like, oh my
gosh, she's gonna give you a digital hug.
Well, and the thing about it is, it's again who I am, because I'm paying homage. It's not so much as I'm just extending this courtesy to you because you are older versus my elder. It's you have done magnificent work and you recognize that you're important to this, to the whole, you're foundational. So in acknowledging that, some people are just older and don't get that title. So I was vying for respect. That's really what it was. But nowadays it's almost like pronouns, right? I need to ask you because I don't know. Do you want to be addressed?
I was gonna say you got to call people what they want to be called or how they want to be addressed, and that is respectful.
Pronouns is insane.
It's no shame to you to make the mistake, but when they correct you, you gotta go to the right. You want to be respectful.
Fair.
Sure.
That's how I see it.
Right. I wish you like, but because it's it doesn't take away because you're not used to it. I think we're still all getting used to it. Some of us are really good at it, like they, them, she, all of it. But when it comes to elders, and again, this is, we talked about this on a previous show, this paradoxical change, what's happened with our dialect and how we're speaking, right? What's trending, what's not trending, how we identify certain things. This is really, it's pushing us. It's pushing us.
This is going to need more attention.
Very much so. So we just want to know from the community, from our fam, like how do you deal with that? So that's it. And then we can go to the other clip because it's important. This is about elder love. This is about treasuring our elders right now while they're here, not when they dead and gone. Oh, I should have asked them questions. I should have sat at their feet. No, this is about embracing them now. So how do we address and embrace them? So it's relative. Carry on.
You've heard of the National Portrait Gallery?
The largest museum art gallery in London. They do
portraits mainly.
Portraits.
Yeah. So they had this exhibition, and it was called the Black Power exhibition. And I was approached and asked if, I wouldn't mind my photograph being taken and included. And I thought, what? Can't be serious. Anyway, my photograph was one of the ones included, and if you saw it, it makes me look like some serious woman. I'm not even smiling. I was gonna get hold of it and show it to you, but I just thought, no, it's just too serious for words.
We've got it. We'll be showing it on the show.
Have you got it?
Of course, it's online.
Oh, bananas!
That's like your Angela Davis photo. It's dope. It's like when I saw that, I was like so proud.
That is amazing. It should be a part of a Black Power.
It just looks so serious. I'm not even smiling. Oh.
Well, sometimes the work is serious. Sometimes it's not.
True.
Sometimes it's not about smiles and roses.
No, maybe not. Maybe not.
That is amazing.
Oh, is that on point? Talk show on point.
Is that on point?
I'd say it's on point.
Right on cue. Good catch, Ivy. Yeah, but that photo is fire.
Yeah, Black photographer. I should find out who the photographer is.
Yeah. It's I can see why they snapped that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Strong.
And it really does capture her essence. now that we
no, man. She's a funny lady. She's a very funny lady. I think it shows the strength within her.
For sure.
Yeah, you're right. It does catch her essence. That strength. Bang up job.
Man, talking about some, no.
Right. Just to disagree with me because he on camera. It's okay.
Just because he on camera.
It's my auntie. I'm very protective.
You should be. She's she's phenomenal.
All right. Let's keep it going.
Has to be some challenge around your work. What would you say the biggest challenge has been?
Getting more of our people in senior positions, especially women, Black women.
Yeah.
Because my career has been, working for central government, Whitehall and so on, most of the time. And when you looked around, you didn't see many Black people in senior positions. It was like a rarity. And I just thought, something needs to be done. And I tried to organize groups, ethnic minority groups, to have events where they could have their voices heard and where government departments could hear of their concerns. Because sometimes people don't like to write their own letters and do their own thing. But if they're in a group with other people, they're more likely to feel encouraged. If they're amongst, people of, their ilk, they're more likely to speak up and say something. And one of the things I said that needed addressing was to get more ethnic minorities into senior positions instead of most women being a secretary. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a secretary, but there were executive levels that a lot of these women could be doing, but they weren't encouraged by their managers. And so it was good that we had groups, ethnic minority groups. They were like a kind of miniature union, if you like. And they got together, and by creating these groups and presenting themselves to senior management and sharing, what was going on, they were listened to. And the top level of the civil service has changed enormously. There's more ethnic minorities in senior management positions. In fact, heading up, in some cases, a government department, which, was unheard of years ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't the done thing. And I think it's because, as I said, people did not feel encouraged to put themselves in those positions because they doubted their capabilities, because managers used to write their staff report and they'd say certain things about them which were totally unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I suggested is that we address how reports are written, and that staff should be more involved in their appraisals, how they're written. They shouldn't just write things without, speaking to them or consulting them, and just making it up as they go along, because it wasn't right.
Yeah.
And so we had a thing called open reporting, and it led to, quite a few changes and people having their voices heard.
It sounds like they were more than qualified, but just did not have the desire to apply and know that they were, possibly going to get the position. That comes from a lack of a sense of community in the workplace.
Yes. And that is one of the reasons why I was glad that we created these work groups from ethnic minorities so that their voices could be heard. Prior to that, they were just one of many.
Right.
But because they created these groups and their voices were heard, and they were able to submit documents, papers, have meetings, and show management, facts and figures about what was happening to them, management had to listen in the end.
Right. So this is an accountability. These are accountability
Yes.
work groups.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Was that something you saw and said, let's do this. Let's do work groups?
It was something I talked about with other colleagues, and we agreed, it was important to have our voices heard. And so these groups started to spring up in individual departments. We used to call them staff networks. And they were geared at minorities, staff minority networks. And they just spread and, became the norm, so to speak. In a way, it was like being in a union.
For sure.
But it was a specific union, if you see what I mean. Looking at specific issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it helped enormously. And also it opened the eyes of managers, because they hadn't seen this before.
Yeah.
And when they saw, the staff were challenging them in a way they hadn't been challenged before, they had to do something. They couldn't sit on their hands, any longer. And as I said, they were like a bit, like a union, but focusing specifically on, equality in minorities, the issues that affected them. Because we had regular meetings, the word kind of started to spread across a variety of organizations, not just across central government, local departments, they welcomed the idea.
Mhm.
And so because the word was spreading about having a staff network, a lot of them sprang up to the extent that someone has started her own network, if you like, and what she's doing is showing the power of staff networks. And she has an annual event and awards and various things. And, she has really helped to spread the word about how important it is to have a staff network and to get involved and not just sit in your hands and complain all the time.
Have you seen a huge change in the way that organizations are developing and continuing to engage throughout communities?
Yeah. Yes, what I've seen is that more ethnic minorities are reaching senior positions, both men and women.
Mhm.
And they are being listened to
Yeah.
for a change.
Yeah.
Shall we say?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's encouraged other people to look at not just ethnic minorities. They're looking at groups with other issues, disabilities and so on. So it's kind of spread, right along the way.
Nice. Very nice.
Oh, is that on point? Talk show on point.
So, oh man, so many gems. I will say this. This is one of the reasons why I was so thoroughly enjoyed just having the opportunity. And shout out to Black Simon for saying, "Hey, I need one other person to come." Symbolic did pop in. He was, being symbolic for mayor out at Verse and Visions, but did pop in. So it was really wonderful. But when she talked about the ethnic groups, the minority groups, and she talked about how that representation being huge, and of course spreading to other organizations, this is what begets the question of how can we build upon the working wisdom of our elders, right? Like, how can we take that work that's like these things need to happen in the workplace, these things need to happen in the community, how can we build upon that in everything that we're doing? Because it was so brilliant, and to know that she's made that impression, right? Like she referred it to as the union, right? This is protection for us. How can we do that? How can we, even in tech, right? So I just wanted to just touch on that because it was just brilliant concepts.
That is really a great point, because we're in a society that isolates. I think I just heard Amazon got its first union. They, for some reason, acted like, you can't unionize in tech. That's preposterous. It's like, no, you could come together anywhere in the world. And that's really what we should be doing. And so that exemplifies it. Maybe different words: union, community, whatever it is. So we're gonna play one more, but I know that Black Simon's gonna just say I don't know, but I see through said before what time period? But he said like Thatcher later. Thatcher was like the 80s. G don't know. All right.
I don't know. Thatcher, she was there for a while, so I would assume that there was some overlap. But I will get back to you on that. And I will say we have extra clips, so maybe we'll air those on another date. Some of the other dates for another Elder Love segment. Because I think she's dope, and I think we need to big her up.
Absolutely, but we still got one more.
How do you see it in the UK? And do you see that there's a division between the older generations of Black people that came maybe during the Windrush generation, which is our family that came into England, and the newer Caribbean, and then there's also now the African. How do you see that playing out right now in the UK? What do you think is a solution about how do we bridge that gap, or what have you seen works about bridging that gap?
What I think is a little unfortunate, and some people might disagree with me, is that it's something I always remember that Malcolm X said. We need to be like a fist as opposed to fingers on the hand. And I'll never forget that, because it is so true. You know, white people stick together and ethnic minorities seem to have all these different sections, whereas they just have the global term white, but we have black and minority ethnic. We have, you know, all these different breakdowns. And too often we are not like a fist. And I think that's one of the things that holds us back. We're still fighting each other. I know they might say, oh, well, you know, the Russians and the Americans, they all fight each other, whatever. But because we've been fighting for so long, it's about time we became more of a fist instead of fingers on the hand. I don't see anything wrong in sticking together because we are black. When you look at the Asian community, they stick together because they're Asians.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not bothered.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, they might have different groups, like they'll have Sikhs, they have, you know, other groups, you know, but at the end of the day, they're Asians and they try and work with one another. And I just sometimes wish we as a people wouldn't see ourselves so separate. For example, there are some people who do not want to be associated with Africa, some Caribbean people, they don't want to be associated with Africa. And I'm thinking, are you mad?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's how they are. It's as though people blame it on slavery and all kinds of things, saying, oh, you know, it's what they were taught and so on. And I said, well, they can go and educate themselves to see their roots, to see where they came from originally. How did they get to the Caribbean? You know, how did they get to Spain, Portugal, and, you know, other places like that, where they've become quite integrated. In fact, when I look at Spain and I look at Portugal in particular, they seem to be, well, in Portugal, they seem to be more, to me, integrated. So there's no such thing as integration, there's only assimilation. Malcolm X, or if you assimilate, that means, you know, your ethnicity is gone. You know, you've been absorbed into the group. And some people think that's fantastic, where some people want to have their race and
culture.
I'm sorry?
Culture.
Yes, their culture recognized and not just purely assimilated. Not being disrespectful in any way. Often when you listen to, if you close your eyes and you listen to an American, sometimes you don't know if he's black or white. When you, believe it or not.
No, I believe you.
Oh, okay. But
it goes both ways. You sound like an old white woman to me all the time.
Yeah, but for some reason, I don't know why this is, in England, a black person, you often know it's a black person speaking. I'm not sure why that is, because some of them, you know, they were actually born, bred, and brought up here. I don't know if it's because, you know, their culture has never been fully assimilated. They've just hung on to it. Why you can still recognize that side of them, whereas often with Black Americans and Black Canadians, if you close your eyes, you don't know. But often with the Caribbean and African people, there's something, I don't know what it is exactly. You can tell a person sounds like a black person or a black man. Yeah. Just what I'm saying.
For sure. I think it's immersion. I think it's early immersion. I think it, you know, is being raised in that environment, right? Those elders being sure that this is who you are.
I know my mother, just thinking back of it, my mother used to speak in patois all the time, but she could code switch, which is what the new lingo says. She could code switch between a proper British accent to a Canadian accent to a patois, right? So she was able to cross those barriers, but she used to do it at home when she was talking with me. And she would say something, either she would be making fun or having a joke, and she would say in patois. So it was the love that she infused in our home that brought us together around her speaking that language. But some families, in all places, don't necessarily have that. They think that you must sound Canadian, you must sound American, you must sound that British, proper British. Just the whole diaspora. Are they coming together in the UK? Is that something that you're seeing? Or do you think that there's still divisions? And what do you think will bridge that?
I think they are coming together a bit more than previously, should we say.
What do you think is the cause of that?
I think because sometimes the way legislation is written nowadays, it's causing people to feel less wanted here. The immigration rules and various rules that they're bringing in, when it comes to minorities, you have to prove your citizenship, you have to prove this, okay, they'd say it applies to everyone who hasn't got British citizenship in the first place, and in order to get it, you need to prove this, that, and the other. But I think sometimes they're making it very, very hard for some groups, and it's not easy if you can't prove certain things, and you have to have documents, to show this and to show that. Whereas in the past, if you've just been here how many years, you could just apply for your citizenship. Now they're asking you all kinds of questions, which to me, a lot of it is unnecessary. They take your taxes, they take your money, but when it comes to becoming a fully fledged citizen, it's a different ball game. It's out of order. Totally.
Yeah. We've seen that everywhere. Recently, with my travels coming back to America, having been gone for some time, the UK is definitely, I want to visit, not just for my music, but just for so many other reasons. But that has been one of the reasons why I'm in America right now, because there's so much to prove. You can't really move around. Even when I went to Canada to visit my friends, of course, G didn't come see me, but I'm okay. I'm recovering. It was a lot of questions at the border. Like, why are you coming over here? What are you going to, well, who are these people? Show us that you know these people. So it was really, it was disheartening. And I was given 2 weeks, and I was given paperwork to stay there 2 weeks. And I had to make sure that I returned that paperwork when I was exiting, which was humiliating, I felt like it was solely because I was born in America. Dare I say an American? I was born in America.
Yeah.
So, I've noticed that with traveling to other countries, just how you're thought of, you're a woman, then you're Black, and it's not ever you're a human traveling, right?
Yeah. And you have to be careful. You have to be careful which countries you go to, because of the stamps in your passport.
Absolutely. So, when we start thinking about these things and liberation, which is also one of the core reasons why we insist that, we need community now more than ever. We need each other to stay connected, to stay abreast on what's going on with our safety, because we are halfway around the world, right? And while we may talk about the internet and technology and so forth, we know that it is an asset to help us stay connected to people across the world. So we just have to, like you said, safety is the priority.
And that's why we need to, going back to the saying, we need to be like a fist as opposed to fingers in the hand.
I totally agree.
We have to come together, work together, and be like a fist as opposed to fingers on the hand. And we should not let, the powers that be up there, tell us we can't do this and we can't do that. There's more of us than them. And if we work together, you know, we can do more than if we work as, you know, separate units.
On point. On point. Talk show on point.
Man, she making a whole lot of sense.
I mean, bars and bars and bars.
It's a good spot. She knows what she's doing. She's been doing the work. She's been doing the work for decades.
The fist, we have to be more like a fist instead of fingers. Like, and we see like, so I'm like, Jews, right? I'm like, how do they do what they be doing? Like, why? Like, how do they do what everybody be complaining about? What they, you know, how are they able to come into a country and like economically like infiltrate that joint? Like, how do they do that? We need to do that ASAP.
Yeah, it's one accord, and it's more than unity. Because again, when we talking about this, unifying around the racial construct is that's not going to get us anywhere. I'm black, you black. Let's be black together.
It is about culture.
Very much so.
And the other thing is, like, we have been under attack. It's not to say we're using that as a reason or anything like that. It's just the facts. We've been disadvantaged. And like we mentioned earlier in the show, and we say every, you know, so often, it's they're used to treating us like nature. We're in good company. Nature's good company. But they look at it, and maybe that's why we are in a blessed position to correct that. Indigenous people, same way. When we get in our right mind, say, yeah, that's not it. That's destroying our ability to live in harmony in the world. That's what they've had. But now it's time to correct the dysfunctions that we've adopted. Like Coach Millie had just jumped in on her session. It looked great, and was talking about mentalities of being able to prosper, saying, I can do this, or thinking why I can't do this. Like the mentality we have, that's what she was talking about in her workshop. Big ups. I was like, this is great. So I think this is the type of work that is happening. The elder was doing work like that around coming together, and you realize you have more power, you know, in an environment. And that story that she told, where the managers would straight lie. Oh my God. Can you imagine? That must hurt. That must be like, I want to punch you with this fist that Barbara taught me how to make.
No lie. I see through TV says so. Like she said, hit him in the meat. I was literally gonna second that. Like, that's accurate. But again, it's towing the line, understanding where we are, and really building upon the working wisdom of our elders. You know, our promo this week was Dr. B, who was our second or third Elder Love feature, IV, out there, Everlasting Life Restaurant. IV went and shot that, and I mean, he presented so well. But he what's the quote, IV? Because every time I think about it, it's like I need to put that on my wall. Like,
where he says, "Who we give our power to is who has power." It's like
serious
such a statement, but it's just like it's so profound. Like,
very much so.
Who you give your power to is who has power.
Very much so.
Like, Apple is $1 trillion company because hundreds of millions of people buy their product. Nvidia is $1 trillion company because hundreds of millions of people use their product. What if 14 million of those people stopped using those products?
Right.
Started using some black-owned brand products.
Target.
Examples, right? We have examples of strikes. We can do it. We have
us boycotts.
The elders have already set it up for us. The elders who, you know, have done the work. So it's just building on that wisdom and just really treasuring them, y'all. Like, these elders be out here strong.
And I'd say on the smallest of levels, it's fine. That's what I learned from hip hop. When people were like, nah, it's nothing, we're just like, nah, we love it. I don't
Right.
care what you think.
Acknowledge it.
And
Right.
right, I think we go far just by being like, yo, I like the work that Coach Millie's doing. I like the work that I See Through or Naji are doing. I like the work
Right.
that Dr. Smart or E-Life Restaurant in Maryland, right? I wanted to
Oh yeah.
slide that in, Maryland, right? We're global, so we got to like specify so that if you're in one of these places, you know the good stuff. But yeah, we just move like that on a small level. I think it's okay because, and then there'll always be someone when they see the value to say, I'll give you a bag. It's like, think about it. Is this something that can be more beneficial, not selling out, which was a core tenet of hip hop that almost everyone forgot? Used to be in every second song, if not every song twice.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, you know what, the intention produces the result. So if we move that way intentionally, it's authentic and truer to the culture because you can move that way. A bunch of folks out here move that way to get the bag. I digress. Beautiful segment. Like shout out to Auntie B. I know she's going to be called that. Black Simon, thank you for introducing us.
Barbara Lindsay. Yes.
Yeah, Barbara Lindsay.
In the house. She was in the house.
Yeah, beautiful segment.
Yes.
Thank you, Rashanis, for hosting and asking such lovely questions and being such a gracious host with her. She's great.
She is. I had the time. It was
Yo.
wonderful. What up though?
We have the giveaway. Do we mention the giveaway? Is it giveaway time?
You want to do this?
I was just about to say.
Well, hurry up.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? if you want to do this, you can do it. Nah. So, all right, don't scan the QR code, but you know, we gave away a pie. We giving away more pie. So, win more pie. I believe that we decided that our next giveaway is going to happen in our May show. So we want to get some more people scanning the smaller QR code, not the big QR code. We got to get that one fixed. We'll get that one fixed for next week. But you know what I'm saying? We really just want you to see my man's dashiki'd up. You feel me?
For sure. He went. That's a whole nother level to coming to America, Africa.
Hey, just to be very, very clear, not the one underneath Mopai right now, because this is just a placeholder.
It is.
The one to the left where it says, below it, it says Win Mopai, really small. That is the active link you need to scan. Take a screenshot and share it with other people who want to win and build with us.
For sure. I mean, we really have. I won already, so I'll sit this one out. Oh, we have a beautiful Coach Millie won, y'all, and we have the videos. So thankful to her for Dr. Anderson said apple pie for doing that because we wanted to make sure she got it. Number one, that was the thing. We wanted to make sure, and we have reasons for wanting to make sure that she got it. But we're so glad you got it. So glad that you are building nations. But somebody else scan that QR code. See, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get it up, fam, because next week we building the solution.
And I would just like to say real quick, we just talked about the Gemma 4. I do not know if it'll run on Raspberry Pi, but we will see. We will see.
Maybe a 4 or 5.
It's really more about how fast it'll run.
Right.
I know it'll run. But
speed's not everything.
It's not, but I mean, it does definitely change your experience from 10 tokens per second to 25 tokens per second. Is a completely different experience, but it is tolerable.
There could be situations where it would be interesting to have a slower response where it's not you don't need it immediately.
Absolutely, we might have to do some of that on the next show. I mean, depending on how time goes, we might be able to show you how we set up the Pi and then do a little bit of testing and see if we can get. Well, I know that we can get it, but see, what the performance is looking like on a Raspberry Pi. Speaking of Pi, real quick, them things have gone up in price like crazy. This Pi right here on my desk. Oh wait, no, this ain't the one. This is the 8 gig joint. I got a Pi behind me somewhere, and I got the 16 gig Pi version. It cost me like $99. That joint is $299 right now.
Yeah, the price has gone
Insane.
up.
Yeah,
all
I
tech.
heard we might be the prices may come back down. We alluded to this last week. Is the RAM shortage might all kind of the AI bubble might be starting to pop, and that's the first things where I think OpenAI canceled some of their data centers, and they are not going to buy billions of dollars in RAM. So we might see it come back down.
Yeah. So I see through.
I was just about to say.
Don't even look for that one.
Yeah.
Most people would. A 16 gig Raspberry Pi is probably overkill for whatever you're trying to do. I am just that tech guy, so I was like, 16 gigs of RAM sounds exactly as much as I need for exactly the thing that I want to do. But I don't use all 16 gigs. You could probably get away with, depending on what you're trying to do, with a 4 gig Raspberry Pi. If you're doing some heavy stuff, 8 gigs. But you can generally, most people will be okay with a 2 to 4 gig Raspberry Pi.
If I could,
but like he said, the keyboard Pi. Like we talked about that keyboard Pi, and I should have just got it when I should have just got it again. Like we got to stop sleeping. Get it, 3D printer, keyboard Pi. Like don't sleep. Go ahead, Stanley.
So one thing I just want to give a shout out to Dr. Anderson, Black Speculative Arts Movement. They're doing good
Anderson
work
in the building,
across the planet, across the world. So big ups, and we definitely gotta we gotta get some BSAM, like a BSAM show soon times. And also the fact what you're talking about like what the tech can possibly do. Two things that come to mind is one, how surprising it was that with so much less the Chinese models were able to actually compete. So I think that there's a lot of value in just thinking creatively. I was working in video games in a time when there was a lot more limitations. The things that people would be able to that they would do by thinking about the limitations and actually doing more than nowadays. We're just used to, the computer, you just have enough, you just throw enough hardware and it should do it. But back then it was a time of scarcity in technology. So I think that's another way to think, if you've got these small devices, like what might it be good for, and then tackling that, do a DIY project that way. So that's it. Sankofa style. You look back in order to learn for the future.
For sure. Yeah, I wish they had a micro center here. Maybe when I go back to Texas, I'm definitely, I shouldn't have did it. But anywho, it looks like it's that time of the show. I just want to say casually, we are always, because y'all know we brought community. Speaking of speculative arts, we know that art is the way that it's our exchange. If you know somebody who is banging out, because we all bang out dope music. It's not about us right now. It's about the community. This is how we support each other. Share the music. You listen to something dope, clean, positive, symbolic. I'm telling you, he gonna make sure.
As I say, non-destructive.
Yeah. Share that music. New QR code on the screen. Look, Ivy produced. I'm telling you, what would we do without him, man? Share the music, the QR code, scan it, share that form with other people so we can play it on the show. We can give them big ups. We don't have to wait for the algo to recognize that our art is king. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, speaking of kings, let's see what this lion talking about.
All right, shout out to Paradise.
Do you hear that calling? Do you hear it? How much longer will we fight this war? Black liberation, feed your children. Let's come together as a one. Once you
Fire.
I actually
Blown away. Super good.
I had the pleasure to meet Paris IV at a fundraiser event, and there was just so much amazing Black talent. You know, it wasn't even something that was like an effort, like this is a Black event. It was just our people. Actually, it was St. Catherine's crew that were doing a downtown. So all these people rolled and they put this thing together. And I was filming and I'm just like, how in the hell do they have us believing that we need them for anything? So,
Well, it's support.
Hmm?
It's support.
Support?
The more and more we support each other, the more and more we don't need, you know.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Beautiful
support.
music.
Very much so. That's what's up, Symbolic. Always bringing the gems. Yeah. So again, this what we do. Looking for dope music. We love music around these parts. I don't want to speak for the whole crew, but we love music.
So please share that link. Take a screenshot and share that with any positive, talented artists. We really want to, support and like popularize, just like the pendants that I like to rock and the gear. I'm like, we are doing all these things. So once we come together, we're good.
Be that face, like Auntie say. Man, this was such a wonderful show. Have we come to the point where we are checking in on the vibe?
Nope.
Oh.
Got one more video.
Oh, the kids.
That is where we will land.
Oh my gosh, this video is so good.
Full circle.
For real. Intergenerational.
My nationality, I say I can't change my identity. Congolese my nationality. Nchi yenye babake nasifika kwa mali yodongo wake na jano nye busara wenye nguvu tunatumika atunago vivu kwenye zaabu namba moko watoto kitoko mine furo janjo mana nechania foko mboka oyo ezandeka doya Zambia pesi biso ye moko na jesifia kwa uzito wa damu kuliko maji no mana nafurahia ukilita mukongomani wa damu ilo fahamu na wasiku wapuka migogoro setu tuwe pamoja kama matakwa ya Lumumba Mandela Sankara Kenyatta na kadhalika waliotaka mapenzi juu kuliko mali ambazo zinatugawanya na tukishapenda na itakuwa ya maana tutajenga Kongo yetu sawa tukiachana na ubaguzi alafu tungane mkono Afrika we namba moja.
Dope.
Love to see it.
First time I watched it, I was like, oh my God, my eyes are leaking. Like,
who's chopping onions?
Right, that part. Like, where the match at? Yeah. God, it just beautiful. Young people. Culture across the borders.
Power.
Seriously, it's just beautiful. Incredible. For sure.
That was legitness. Yeah, it was.
Was it Congolese?
Yeah.
I believe it was Congolese.
Yeah. Congo.
Yes, sir. Speaking Congolese, we think. And now, my friends, it is time for our vibe check. What is the vibe? I suppose we can go in reverse order this time. I think I went last time.
Wait, sorry. What was the last thing you said, Ivy?
I said we'll go in reverse order. I believe I went first, earlier. I don't know.
It's funny.
I
don't remember what last. Oh, you mean like what at the beginning of the show? I thought you were like last week we did the vibe check
at the beginning of the show. The vibe is always building, is always exploring. We are getting very, very close to being able to provide some AI services hosted on my own infrastructure. We are going to be building some bots here in a moment. Some talk show on point custom bots to help us with our show prep and light show.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm grateful for technology always, because this technology we got to get in there. We get a portion of us have to get into these technological spaces because we have to be at the table. We have to be understanding what's going on out there in these AI streets, and we have to be bringing it back to our community, letting people know, showing people how to use them, how to leverage them, how to force multiply yourself, how to empower the people around you with it. In a world where CEOs are firing people in favor of AI, although I think it's more of a mismanagement of an overhiring during COVID kind of deal. But whatever it is, in the age of in the age of companies firing people in favor of AI, we need people who understand how to leverage AI for themselves, because I'm seeing that the AI supply is outstripping the demand. The AI demand is outstripping the supply. So there's more businesses and people and entrepreneurs looking for help in AI than there are people to help them with AI. So it's very important that we have people out here that are helping, each one teach one, trainer kind of deals, where we share that knowledge and we help people to be abreast of the latest technological advances so that they can use them to their advantage. Why are you sighing
Uh,
over there, big dog? Come on.
I was actually going to agree with you quite a bit. I was going to actually say someone was breaking it down the other day. So someone said if you had a company that had, let's say, 500 workers and you chop that down to 100 workers and then try to implement AI with those 100 workers, the company that actually stuck with their 500 workers and then gave all of them AI is going to outpace the one that
Absolutely.
stripped down.
Because
So
it doesn't.
firing people may not be the answer, as some of these corporations are going to
100%
find out the
not
hard
the
way.
answer. 100% not the answer. I've never liked companies using, and I think I probably said this before. I've never liked the idea of companies using AI to fire people. It doesn't make sense to me. Why would you fire people to try to replace them with AI instead of giving them AI and allowing them to do 2-3 times more work? It doesn't.
Well, because you got to think about that, the pacing though. This is what we're talking about when you're talking about trainer education, and we're supposed to be in vibe check, but this is the placement of education in the workplace. Like you can't keep up. So you knew this thing is coming out like a long time ago. You should have been trying to make sure your people was up to date, but it's as usual because it rolls out so late. It's like, well, we don't care about that. Let's just do more work. When it really should be, let's build in this PD so we can keep you up to speed so you can know how to integrate.
I love that point. I love that point because right now, one of the things is so difficult is we have email, we have office meetings, we have all this stuff. And
that's non-productive.
Yeah, it's not pushing the envelope of whatever business you're working in. You are still just trying to meet up with the demands of what the work is. And that, honestly, if you're hiring, why are you hiring someone just to do the job? You should be hiring somebody who's going to build the business. And AI is going to help with that, but you still need that body. That's my opinion.
You just made me. So next week again, it's Tech Week. It's show and tell. Bring your solutions, fam. I see through TV said nobody has a way to know any of how this works because we've never been here before. So true. Here's a reality though. We do need to. No, we've already begun to think differently about this, and because we have, we're going to present the solutions. And I offer that we have the solutions. We're not wasteful. We're about the resources and this vast circular economy. So when we come next week, there will be solutions directly tied to how we can do this and be constructive, not productive. Because even that's that workplace lie. But next on the vibe check.
Next on the vibe check is you,
Rashawn. Did you just say that I can't use the word productive?
Yeah, that's some.
What? I don't get it. You'll teach me later.
I will. Like productivity really is.
And now this.
Well, we got to keep it. We got to keep it positive. I'm trying to avoid this light. We got to keep it positive.
Yeah. But the language, I don't know if the language is
which
able now.
Again, there's an element that it spells. We just have to be careful with it, right? In the context that we're using it.
Absolutely.
My vibe check is just, always good to learn from the elders. It really, really is. It's always good to be in community with those who understand that, yes, it's not always about a fight, but it is about unity consciousness. And that is truly representative of everything we do and are about. We are Talk Show on Point. So feeling real good. Auntie B set me straight, and she dropped the wisdom.
Don't be calling me no elder. From
All right.
Mrs. Symbolic, what's the vibe?
The vibe is I'm checking that chat. I see through previous changes were slower and not as potentially pervasive. Not comparable to industrial era changes that happened over the course of decades. I will just say one thing on that is problem equals capitalism. I'm not saying we're gonna.
I feel you with that, because think about it.
In the next quarter,
right,
I can make more money if I chop you. Like, it's not human. Are we gonna get to? And I hope we'll be able to take this kind of a pledge of saying that in our lives are going to be humanists and more, I would say, life, more for balance of life. This thing that they're on is clearly not that. We can still have the tech without it being anti-human.
And it may not be comparable, but we can contrast. We can look at the evolution of industry, and we can say, for matter of factly, that when it comes to training and development, that America is by far always last. And but this is why some of us have we do the one up, like, I want to be prepared. Hence our one cybersecurity friend, IV. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to be prepared, but like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it's
overwhelming.
It's absolutely overwhelming. Too much stuff going on in AI at the same time, and then companies talking. I know part of it is marketing, but like companies talking about, these things are finding 0-day vulnerabilities and 30-year-old software that haven't been found for 16 years. It's like, that's terrifying, because like the people, the Microsofts of the world, the AWS of the world, the Cisco of the world, they can afford to have the tools in place.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying.
When it comes to us, small business, right?
We can't afford to be using, Claude Opus all day long, every day. Like, and any software that we provide or any solution that we build can be broken in minutes. That's crazy.
We need a better playground. But yeah.
Black Simon, what's the vibe?
The vibe is, I'm very thankful for Taco Tuesdays. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. My American brothers and sisters, praise be to Allah and God and whatever deity you pray to. I'm hoping that we have a resolution to what is going on in the world soon, because these motherfuckers are trifling. And as Black people, we know that we got to stick together. Some of us do. I can't say all of us. So my vibe is, I'm very happy. Mike Zeus.
Hilarious.
For real. Yeah. But yeah, Taco Tuesdays is what I'm actually happy for. That's my vibe. Try and keep it light. Happy.
Yeah, I hope it wasn't corn tortillas. Anywho, yeah. Symbolic, did he do a vibe?
He did.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, is that on point?
Blurry.
Not blurry. My battery died.
I figured something was going on. I'm like, wait, flag. We love our community, man. We appreciate y'all. We do. You could be anywhere on Wednesday nights, but you're here with us. That means the world.
Please let us know what's going on with y'all. Shoot us an email, and let's get you on. Chop it up about what's going on, what we can support in your area. Definitely, we want to do that. Culture of sharing. Make those little things the big change we want to make. Talk show on point, y'all.
For sure.
Look, we do have a Talk Show On Point community channel in WhatsApp.
We do.
If you are interested in joining the shenanigans,
You got to send us an email.
send us an email, talkshowoonpoint@gmail.com. It's pretty easy. Talkshowoonpoint@gmail.com. Let us know that you.
And since Ivy produces a little bit low, I'll say he said talkshowoonpoint@gmail.com.
Talkshowoonpoint@gmail.com.
That's louder. Yeah, like we share cool stuff that's really interesting stuff, from like environmental to food to just cultural things that are going on, and we'd love to connect with you in there.
Nah, man,
I
we do got a
know.
Telegram chat, but it's not.
We saving the Telegram chat.
Yeah. We're gonna do it. All the AI happenings gonna happen over on Telegram, but most of the communications happen on WhatsApp. We're gonna be multi-platform with it probably. I spend most of my time on Telegram, to be honest. I don't really use WhatsApp a whole lot. I mean, I try to, but I don't get in there as much as I really want to. But anyway, we have a community chat on WhatsApp. Like I said, you can send us an email to join that, and we'll let you in probably.
TalkshowOnPoint@gmail.com.
To the Talk Show On Point cause.
We're very selective, but anyone who's watching the show,
Facts.
send that email.
On that note, my good people, it's 11:04. We're past our time.
Yeah, mad love. Stay black.
Everybody coming through, everybody staying through, everybody commenting, everybody participating in the show. We will see y'all next week, same time, 9-8 Central. Stay blessed, stay black, stay beautiful.
This is a nice beat.
I know.